Hey, what's up? My name is Alex, and welcome to another video of listening and reading comprehension. The title of today's reading is Visit to the Library. Let's get into it. So, I'm reading from English Rewind newsletter number 4. Visit to the Library. Basic English. Every week, I go to the library to study. I've been doing this for about a year now, but my reason for going is not to study. There's someone I like who goes there as well. It's a girl. She's about my age. She has the most beautiful hair. Sometimes I sit next to her. She doesn't look at me though. One day, I'll be brave enough to talk to her. She's always reading history books. She must be studying history at college. I just read anything that makes me look cool. Maybe that will get her to talk to me. Okay, that was the basic English. Let's move on to the advanced English. This was just basically about a guy that goes to the library every week because he wants to see a girl that he's attracted to. So he doesn't go to the library to actually study. Advanced English. Every week, I go to the library to study. I've been doing this for about a year now. The reason I've been so committed in doing this is not because I love studying. Of course not. I have an ulterior motive. There is something, or rather someone, who compels me to go all the way to the library every week. It's a girl about my age who has the most beautiful hair. On occasion, I've sat next to her. She hasn't really noticed me, but I'm sure one of these days I'll find the courage to talk to her. She's always reading books on history. I guess it must be one of her majors at college. I, on the other hand, just pretend to read whatever looks most impressive. Perhaps I'll catch her attention that way. Okay, so that was the advanced English. Let's have a look at some of the key words, phrases, and expressions used. The first word we're going to look at is committed or commitment, which means a promise or a firm decision to do something. We saw it being used here with, the reason I've been so committed in doing this is not because I love studying. Okay, so committed means to kind of, you're promising yourself that you're going to do something. Let's just look at the example sentences, then I'll explain everything. I made a promise to help you. I am committed to keeping it. So that means I made a promise to you. So because I'm committed, that means I am going to do everything I possibly can to keep the promise. Being committed to something means that you tell yourself, I'm going to do this. You kind of promise yourself, I'm going to do this. He is committed to loving his wife, meaning he does everything he can as a husband to love his wife. He is committed to loving his wife. It's very important to him. He makes an effort to love his wife. He said he would meet me at 10 a.m., but he didn't keep his commitment. So this might be, let's say, a girl who has a date with a boyfriend at 10 a.m. So he said he would meet her at 10 a.m., but he didn't keep his commitment because he made a commitment to see her at 10. So that means he kind of promised, he told himself and he told her, I will see you at 10 a.m. So that was his commitment, the promise he made, the thing he said he would do, but he didn't keep it. So not keeping your commitment basically means that you didn't do what you said or kind of promised you would do. Marriage is all about commitment. So what this means is, in marriage, commitment means that if in marriage I say, I am committed to loving my wife, that means I'm going to do everything I possibly can to love my wife. In marriage, I am committed to raising my children, which means I make a promise to myself almost that I'm going to do everything I can to raise my children. So once again, a commitment is kind of like a promise or a decision. You decide, I'm going to do this. You kind of promise to yourself, I'm going to do this. I decide I will do this. This is important to me. And we saw that once again in the reason I've been so committed in doing this is not because I love studying. So the reason I have been so focused on doing this, the reason I have been so serious about doing this, the reason I've kind of promised myself that I'm going to do this is not because I love studying, but because he wants to see the goal. The next word, well, we're going to look at a couple of words. We have ulterior motive, okay? We see it here where he said, of course not. I have an ulterior motive. So let's just quickly look at those two words. So ulterior basically means it's something different than what is known, or something kind of hidden. So it's kind of like it's different than what is obvious. It's different than what is seen. It's different than what is known. It's kind of hidden. People don't know about it. And it's usually used together with the word motive. Now, motive is basically your reason for doing something. So my motive for working so hard was to get a raise. So that means my reason for working so hard was to get a raise. The thing that made me work so hard was me wanting to get a raise. So motive is the thing that is the reason why you do something. I didn't have a motive to keep on living. That means this person, maybe something bad is happening in his life, but he doesn't want to keep on living. He has nothing that motivates him to keep on living. There's nothing that gives him a reason to keep on living. There's nothing that excites him about life, nothing that moves him forward, drives him forward, gets him to want to keep on living. So when we bring those two words together, ulterior motive, that basically means a secret reason for doing something, because ulterior was kind of that secret thing that's kind of different from what people really know, and motive was the reason for doing something. So ulterior motive is basically a secret reason for doing something. So you're not really my friend. You have an ulterior motive for being so friendly. So he's saying, you're not really my friend. You have a different reason for being so friendly. You have another reason for being so friendly. But this other reason is, this other reason is kind of secret. It's kind of hidden. So maybe his reason for being friends with you is because you have a lot of money and he wants your money. Or maybe you're cool and he just wants to hang out with you because you're cool. But so he has an ulterior motive. And an ulterior motive is usually something bad. Not usually, but it's often something bad. It's like, because you're kind of hiding it. It's kind of secret. You're not making it very obvious. So we see here in the text where he said that the reason I've been so committed in doing this is not because I love studying. Of course not. I have an ulterior motive. So he's saying the reason I've been so focused on going to the library is not because I want to study. No, I have a different reason. I have an ulterior motive. I have something else that motivates me, something secret, which is, of course, he wants to see this goal that he's attracted to. Compel. To create a strong feeling or desire. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my voice. Compel. We saw it here with there is something, or rather someone, who compels me to go to go all the way to the library every week. So compel means something. If something compels you, that means this thing kind of gives me a very strong desire to do something. It's almost like motivate. It's almost like the word motive that we saw here. So if something compels you, it kind of motivates you to do something. It creates this strong desire or the strong feeling that you want to do something. So my love for you compels me to help you. So because I love you so much, it compels me. It creates a strong desire and feeling in me to want to help you. It moves me forward. It drives me. It motivates me to want to help you. I can't help but want to help you. It compels me because you're kind of like moved forward by this thing. I need to help you. I want to help you. I'm compelled to help you because I love you so much. I am compelled by my duty as a father. So we've looked at the word duty before in one of the previous videos. But duty is kind of like your job or your something that you're committed to doing. So it's the duty as a father to care for his family. It's his duty, it's his job, it's his work, it's his responsibility. So I'm compelled by duty as a father. So that means the thing that creates a desire or a strong feeling for me to want to do something for you is because of my duty as a father. So I do this because it's my job as a father. That's what it basically means. I'm compelled by my duty. Being compelled by something means that thing makes you want to do something else. So I am compelled by love to help you. So that means love causes me to want to help you. If I say, I am compelled by anger to hit you, then it means anger, being angry, is what causes me to want to hit you. It compels me to want to hit you. So when we look at the sentence, there is something, or rather someone, who compels me to go to the library, all the way to the library every week, that means there is someone, or rather something, or rather someone who makes me want to go to the library every week. And it's this girl. So she compels him to want to go to the library. She creates this desire and feeling in him that makes him want to go to the library. Let's look at the next word. On occasion. So on occasion means sometimes. It's very easy. It means sometimes. We saw it here with on occasion, I've sat next to her. So that just means I've sometimes sat next to her. Sometimes I've sat next to her. Example sentence. I love the ocean. On occasion, I go there. So I love the ocean. Sometimes I go there. On occasion, I go watch a movie. Or sometimes I go watch a movie. So on occasion just means sometimes. Impress. Cause someone to like or respect you. To cause someone to like or respect you. So we saw this in the sentence. Where was this again? There we go. I, on the other hand, just pretend to read whatever looks most impressive. I, on the other hand, just pretend to read what looks most impressive. I'll explain this now, but so that was impressive though, not impress. But let's quickly just look at impress. So, as this is a verb, so I love impressing people with my knowledge. So, by impressing someone with your knowledge, that means, so I know a lot. I have a lot of knowledge. I know a lot about a lot of stuff. So if I try and impress people with my knowledge, that means I kind of try to get them to like me or respect me. Impressing someone with your knowledge or impressing someone is kind of also like, I don't want to say boasting or bragging, but it's showing something that you're very good at, something that's unique. And it causes those people to be like, wow, that's so amazing. Oh my word, I'm so impressed by this. Wow, this is so amazing. So I was impressed by my boyfriend. I was impressed by my boyfriend remembering my birthday. So this means that the girlfriend was impressed by her boyfriend remembering her birthday. She was impressed, meaning because her boyfriend remembered her birthday, she kind of likes him because of it. And she kind of respects him more because of it. So she's impressed, like, wow. When something's impressive, it's kind of like, wow, wow, wow. This is so impressive. Wow. So let's just look at impressive then, which is the adjective. So that's like the amazing wow. Because your ability to speak 6 languages is impressive. So this person can speak 6 languages. That's impressive, meaning that's like, wow, amazing. When people hear about that, they'll be like, I like you even more because of this, or I respect you because of this, or this is just so amazing. So when you do something impressive, or when you impress someone, you're basically doing something that causes that person to look at you in a very positive way. They have a very positive way of looking at you now because you did something that's, wow, amazing, impressive. So that's why in the sentence, I, on the other hand, just pretend to read whatever looks most impressive. What he's saying is that he's trying to get this girl's attention. He's trying to get her attention. He wants her to know about him. So what does he do? He sits next to her in the library and then he reads a book that's impressive. So that might be like, he might be reading a very difficult book or a very complicated book. Let's say he's reading a book on brain surgery or rocket science or something very difficult. And if the girl sees this, she's like, wow, that's quite impressive. You must be very smart because you're reading this. So he's trying to impress her by reading difficult books. The last sentence there was, my friend has an impressively big house. So the house is very big and impresses him. It's like, wow, this is a big house. This is so amazing. I am impressed. Wow, I have more respect for you. I like you more. This is just, wow. Then the last one was the expression, catch someone's attention. It was here at the end where he says, perhaps I'll catch her attention by reading difficult books and impressing her. So he says that perhaps I'll catch her attention. So that just means, that's an expression which means you get someone to think about you. You get someone to look at you. If you catch someone's attention, that just means their attention is on you now. So they're looking at you, they're thinking about you, they're talking to you. So her beauty caught my attention. I couldn't stop looking at her. So it was because she was beautiful that I noticed her. It was because she was beautiful that I started looking at her. It was because she was beautiful that she had my attention. I was now focused on her. I couldn't stop looking at her. If you act like that, you're going to catch the wrong person's attention. So maybe you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Like, I don't know, something that looks dangerous or something that looks like something that a thief or a criminal would do. So you might catch the attention of the police. But so he's saying if you act like that, if you do that, you're going to catch the wrong person's attention. You're going to get someone who you don't want to start looking at you, to notice you, to think about you, to be aware that you are there. So catch attention is just to make someone aware of you, to get someone to know you're there, so that person looks at you and stuff like that. Okay, let's just quickly go through this Advanced English one more time. Every week, I go to the library to study. So this person goes to the library every week to study. I've been doing this for about a year now. So this has been going on for quite a while. He's been going to the library every week for a year now to study. But then he says, the reason I've been so committed in doing this is not because I love studying. So he says, the reason I've been so focused on doing this, the reason I told myself that I would do this is not because I love studying. So he has a different reason. Of course not, he says. I have an ulterior motive. So that's the secret reason, the unknown reason why he's actually going to the library every week. There's something, or rather someone, who compels me to go all the way to the library every week. So there's a person at the library who compels him to go there every week. She draws him to go to the library. She caught his attention. She kind of creates this desire, deep desire and feeling in him that, oh, I need to go to the library to see her. It's a girl about my age who has the most beautiful hair. On occasion, or sometimes, I've sat next to her. She hasn't really noticed me, but I'm sure that one of these days I'll find the courage to talk to her. So he goes to see her every week at the library, but she doesn't know he exists. She doesn't talk to him. She doesn't really look at him. He's sat next to her in the library, but she hasn't noticed him. She's always reading books on history. So the books she reads at the library are about history. I guess it must be one of her majors at college. So she's probably studying history at college. It's her major. It's what she focuses on at college. I, on the other hand, just pretend to read whatever looks most impressive. So he's not really reading. He just takes a very complicated book, a very impressive book, and then he pretends to read it so that she's impressed, so that he'll catch her attention. So she'll be like, wow, what's that you're reading? You must be like so smart. So he's just trying to get her attention. And then he says, perhaps I'll catch her attention that way. Perhaps I'll get her to notice me. Perhaps I'll get her to look at me. Perhaps I'll get her to talk to me. Okay, that was English Rewind, Visit to the Library. I hope it was useful. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And until next time, cheers.